what's up, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to another makeup tutorial. I've actually partnered with Sigma Beauty to show you guys a brand new palette. I created this makeup look in this video, as well as share with you swatches at the end. So, do you want to see the palette? I think you want to see it. I think you're ready. This little baby right here is it, and it is everything. This is the Sigma Beauty Warm Neutrals Volume 2 palette. It was inspired by the original Warm Neutrals palette from Sigma Beauty, which is their best-selling eyeshadow palette. This is what it looks like on the inside. The shadows are absolutely stunning, you guys, and this will be available December 5th for $39. There are 12 gorgeous shadows in this palette, but 9 of them are brand new to the Sigma Beauty family, so it's really exciting. They are very rich, very warm, but also a lot with neutral undertones, so this should be a very workable palette for you. You have some matte shades, some shimmer shades, some frosted shades, and some shades with a little bit of glitter in them. No matter what your skin tone, eye color, whatever, you should find something you love in this palette. So in this video, I'm going to show you how I got this makeup look, and then stay tuned for the end where we are going to swatch all of these shades. I can't wait for you guys to see them all because they are beautiful. So without further ado, let's get on with it. So to get the ball rolling, I've already primed my lids. I want to bounce into the shade Humble, which is a nice matte cream shade. Looks like there's a little sparkle in there, with my tapered blending E40 brush from Sigma. And I just want to start off by blending this all over my lid to get it ready for our other shadows. This will lock in our primer and give us a nice base to blend on top of. I also like to focus some right at the brow bone to just go ahead and pop our highlight on there. Next, with that same brush, I want to jump into the shade Toasty, and I want to pop this in the crease as our transition shade. I don't want to take it up too far. I want to leave enough room for our highlight, so I'm just going to blend that in right into the middle socket. I like to start at the outer part of my eye and then work towards the inner. That way you don't transfer too much product to the inside. Next, with the E35 blending brush, I want to jump into a bit of this Rogue shade. I'm being careful not to take too much because, wow, that is pigmented. I don't want it to overwhelm my crease. I don't want it to completely cover up our transition. I just want to kind of marry that perfectly in with our transition color. So just keep blending a little bit below the transition shade we just laid down. I love doing these red toned smoky eyes around the holidays. It's sometimes a little difficult to wear red. You can, of course, always wear whatever makeup you want, but I find it most fitting around the holidays, so I really try to take advantage of this time to do these really glamorous red-toned smoky eyes. So with the E25 brush, I want to jump into the shade Henna, this beautiful warm brown, and I'm still just going to layer this into my crease. I'm doing a bit of a packing motion and then blending it out. I just have to say, I've had literally zero fallout so far, which is really amazing. I held off on doing my foundation first because I was nervous that these red colors would stain my cheeks and stain your foundation and your concealer, but I have had zero fallout, which is awesome. They're extremely pigmented, but they're actually sticking to my lid, which is just fantastic. And then I'm gonna blend that out to the top. And then real quick, popping to our other eye and just adding the same layer. What are your favorite holiday looks to do? I'm really curious. Is there a certain eyeshadow color that you love wearing, or do you have a certain theme to your makeup during the holidays? I would love to hear what you guys really like to do, but I love these smoky, warm, kind of red-toned, rusty, smoky eyes. I'm going to go ahead and spritz my brush with some setting spray. I've been dying to get into this bittersweet shade, so I'm going to take a little bit of this, and I'm going to pop this right in the center of the lid. I love this color. It's straight, looks like liquid bronze, like a liquid bronze gold. I think I'm most attracted to it because I'm not usually crazy about gold, but this is more of like a warm gold, or I guess kind of more bronze, like I was saying. And I'm just using my Sigma Medium Sweeper E54 shader brush for this. I really like the size of it. It doesn't get too carried away. You can kind of control where you're placing the product really well with it. And then right around that, I want to go into the shade Russet with my E45 blending brush. And I just ever so slightly want to pack this right on the edges so that it all kind of flows nicely together. So I'm kind of just packing the color on instead of blending because I don't want it to knock off any of my bronzy shade. And I am going to go a little bit on the inside as well. That's why it kind of helps to use this brush. It's, again, the tapered E45. It's a little bit thinner and pointier, so you can really build up some shape. So now I want to pop on some gel liner. This is the Sigma Beauty Wicked eyeliner. It's awesome. It's just super duper black. It dries really pretty matte. And I'm going to take that with my EO6 liner brush. Now I don't want to do this too thick, so I'm actually going to start kind of like at my wing area to ensure I don't bring it over too intensely. Do you know what I mean? So I'm first going to create my little wing, and then bring it to the inside of my eye. I then also want to tightline my eyes, so I'm going to take my little eyeliner duo here. This is the Nightlife eyeliner duo. You have a purple on one end and a black on the other end. So I'm going to take the black end, and I'm just going to tightline my upper lash line as well as my waterline. So just work that back and forth. We want to make sure we seal up any little gaps of skin that might still be showing under our eyeliner, and then also pop it onto the waterline. Now I'm just going to take a pencil brush and smudge in any of that liner. This is the E30 pencil brush. Just make sure that's nice and soft and blend it out. And then right on top of our liner, I want to jump into the russet shade, and I'm going to blend right on top of that eyeliner. This is my E41 Duo Fiber Blend Brush, and I like it for my lower lash line and anywhere where I really want to smoke something out. And of course, to finish off the eyes, I'm going to apply some mascara. This is my Sigma Beauty SINUOSITY Lash Mascara. It's one of my absolute favorites from them because the wand is just ideal. It's so good at separating your lashes, but it lengthens, it almost curls them. It's very thickening, but I never have any troubles with clumping. The curve of your brush just really fits your eye very, very well. But I think I love it most because it's super buildable. If you're not a big false lash fan, like I'm really not, you guys know I prefer no lashes, this is the mascara for you because it really lifts. Alright, so we're going to stop on the eyes for a second and I want to move on to foundation. I've already used my primer, so now I'm going to jump right into my foundation. I'm going to use the Body Shop Matte Clarifying Foundation in the shade 21. And I'm going to pop that on with my 3D HD Max Kabuki brush. Like I always tell you guys, if you're someone who's in a hurry while applying your foundation, if you don't have a lot of time, this is the brush for you. It applies my foundation so quickly. It gives you flawless coverage and you can get like every angle of your face. You can clean up the sides of your eye with the tip of the brush. It's amazing. It's super quick. I really like that it covers a wide portion of my face at once. It's just really cut a lot of time out of my foundation routine. I mean, just like that, we're already done with that side of the face. Now I'll jump to the other side. I just do a few strokes and blend in as I go. It gets, look, it doesn't even hit your brow. It gets the side of your temple area really nicely. And then just move on up to the forehead. And then I want to use a little concealer. This is my Urban Decay All Nighter Concealer in the shade Light. And I'm just going to pop that underneath my eyes and on the sides of my nose. That kind of helps in my contouring. And then bring it up kind of sharply along our eye. I also like to add some down the nose. And this always just kind of makes my highlight pop a little bit more. And again, just aids in the whole contouring thing. And I'm going to blend that in with my Sigma Beauty 3D HD blending sponge. And then down the center of the nose as well. Now to set that, I'm going to take my Laura Mercier setting powder. This is the Sigma F79 Blend Concealer Brush, but I really like it for baking. I like it for both, but I mostly use it for baking my under eye because it just fits right in that little crevice. So just lock in that concealer. And lately I've been trying to use less baking powder because I can get a little dry looking underneath the eyes. I'm just trying to take a little bit to make sure it's nice and set. And then while we're at it, let's also take some down the center of the nose, up into the forehead area, because you guys know I do crease up here. I like to just try and stop that before it even starts. So just packing that right in. You can do the same around your mouth if you get smile lines. I get those on occasion, so I like to just kind of set that in. Now that I'm almost done baking, I first want to contour my nose. So I'm going to take my Fiona Stiles contouring palette, and I'm going to use my Bake Precision P89 brush for this. And I just want to go right on the sides of my nose, on the outside of that baking powder, kind of up into your eye socket and blend out. I just flip to the other side of this brush and use it to blend that line out. You guys know I never claim to be the pro of nose contouring, but this brush, if anything, makes it a lot easier. But I do try to keep my lines a little bit thinner and not so harsh because, I don't know, I'm just not the best at nose contouring, but you'll never get better unless you try, right? We gotta practice. Practice makes perfect. And then I'll just take our F79 brush again that had the translucent powder on it and use that to not only knock off our powder that's on our nose, but I just kind of use what's left over to blend that contour in. And then also use that to sweep off our under eye powder. Now you guys know I love my bronzer, so I need to add a little bit of color to my face. This is the Sigma Beauty in the Saddle Aura powder. It's a beautiful bronzer color, or you could use it as a blush. It's very universal. I'm going to first take it with my Powder Sweep F06 brush, and I'm going to first apply it right underneath those cheekbones, get those to pop out a bit, and give our face a little definition. I love this color. It doesn't get too muddy or too dull. but it's not too orange either. It's like just a happy medium. And then I'm also going to bring that throughout the hairline. I'm going to move my brush right up and right along that hairline. You guys know I do not feel whole. I do not feel like myself unless I have some color up here. So this is just necessary for me. And with a brush this size, you can kind of control it a little bit better. And then I also just want to take a little bit along the jawline to slim that out as well. It'll make everything kind of cohesive from top to bottom. And I bring it up into this hairline as well. And then for blush, I'm going to take the Cor de Rosa Aura powder from Sigma. In my opinion, it's like a really universal pink color. It's very warm. I'm going to apply that with my Dual Fiber F55 brush. But it just warms your face right up in the most beautiful tone. But it's also not too dark, so if you're more fair like me, you can definitely pull it off. It's gorgeous. So I just want to layer this right on the cheeks. Oh, I feel like that just like zhuzhed my makeup. It just like woke me up, you know? And I just blend that right back into my bronzer. I forget this a lot. I'm so happy I finally remembered to do my bottom lashes. I forget it in almost every video because I wait till my concealer's done and then sometimes I just like move straight on. But today I remembered. Lastly, to finish our complexion, I'm going to add a little bit of highlighter. Of course, we need some glow. It's the holidays. I'm feeling it. So I'm going to pop into the Sigma Beauty Chroma Glow palette, which you guys know I love. If you missed my video on this, I really recommend you check it out. I swatched all of the shades. I did a whole makeup tutorial using this palette. And in this palette, I'm actually going to mix a little bit of Peaceful with a little bit of Bedazzle. And I'm applying this with the F42 fan brush right onto that cheekbone. Those colors are mixing beautifully. It's a little more peachy in there with the Bedazzle shade, but the Peaceful keeps it nice and light. I also like to go right above my brow, just pretty much everywhere you could imagine the sun hitting you naturally. Oh my gosh, highlighter just changes everything, doesn't it? It's really like the cherry on top of your makeup. And then of course, taking some down the nose as well, right in the center of our contour. I'm going to do a little right on the Cupid's bow and then a little right on the chin. Now let's set all that with a little bit of makeup setting spray. Lastly, for the lips, I want to stick with the warm theme. I'm first going to line with the Power Liner in the shade Heartbeats. And then on top of that, I'm going to take the Bloody Good lipstick. This is one of my favorite shades from Sigma. And that's it for my makeup tutorial, you guys. Let me know what you thought of the Warm Neutrals Volume 2 palette. Again, this is available December 5th for $39. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys some swatches now so you can take a closer look at all the colors that this palette has to offer. I absolutely love this eye look. I think it did a beautiful job. I'm obsessed with this Bittersweet shade. I love that we have a red. I'm still dying to try Fool's Gold. There's a lot of pretty colors in this palette. I think you guys will really enjoy it. And remember, if you want to pick up anything from Sigma Beauty, you can save 10% off with my affiliate code SHAEXO. I will have that link down below for you guys, but remember, it is an affiliate code, so I will earn commission on your sales. If you don't want to use my code, that's totally cool. Just head to their website. Now let's take a look at some swatches. The very first shade we're going to swatch is called Humble. And this is a beautiful cream tone with a little bit of sparkle. The next shade is called Charmer. Charmer is a really pretty satiny pink. You could again use this all over the lid or as a highlight color. The next shade is called Beaming. Beaming is a super gorgeous, super duper sparkly pink. If you like a lot of glitz and glam, you will really like this shadow. And the next shade is called Toasty. Toasty is a beautiful, kind of nude, kind of burnt peachy transition tone. You could also, again, use this all over the lid or use it in your crease. In the next row, we're going to jump to Bittersweet, which was the shade I absolutely loved on the eyes. Ugh, I love this color. It is so pigmented. It just went for days. I love the warmth in it. It's a gorgeous shadow. Next, we're going to jump into Henna. Henna is a beautiful brown. It is so soft and buttery. Just the formula of it is amazing. Again, you can use this in the crease like we did or all over the lid for a really smoky look. Next up, we have Iconic. And there you have Iconic. Again, this shade is so blingy. It is so metallic. I love the sheen. I love the sparkle, but it still has a nice depth to it. Next, we're jumping into the shade Rogue. Rogue is a gorgeous red. I'd say it's in the middle of a red and a cranberry. It's beautiful. And then the last row, let's first start with Passion Fruit. Passion Fruit is a beautiful bubblegum pink. I love this color. This palette is very versatile. You'll get a lot of uses out of these shades. Next up, we have Russet. Russet is a gorgeous burgundy. It's super deep and you have a beautiful sparkle in it, like little flecks of glitter. I hope my camera picks up on that because it is really beautiful. Next, we have the shade After Hours, and After Hours is a beautiful matte brown. It's very neutral. You could literally use it with any of these shades, and you could have a beautiful smoky eye or just add a little definition. But do you see how pigmented they are? They absolutely feel like butter. I'm telling you guys, this is the best Sigma palette I've ever had. And lastly, we have the shade Fool's Gold. Oh my goodness, I love Fool's Gold. This is so sparkly. I would love to apply Fool's Gold with a wet brush or on top of like a creamy base, on top of a gel liner. It's dark, but it has a really pretty gold glitter to it. And here they are close up if you wanted to see a close up. Aren't they gorgeous? What do you think about those swatches, fam? They are gorgeous, right? Definitely let me know how you guys feel about this palette in the bottom box down below. I hope you're having so much fun with my Shameless video marathon. Don't forget, I will have another new video up tomorrow. I love you guys. Thank you for watching. Bye!